Well, good morning. Welcome to live flight action down at East Midlands Airport. We'll be here for the next couple of hours this morning, catching the morning departures and arrivals. Next out is the Ryanair 737 off to Tenerife. If you're new to the channel, you're watching for the first time this morning, welcome to live flight action. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for joining us this morning again. Tried a slightly new location this week to try and cut down on some of the road noise from the other location at the end of the runway. And we've also made a few modifications to the sound as well and the audio equipment, so hopefully that makes the stream a lot more enjoying. Ryanair 737 there, 737 MAX off to Tenerife. Okay, next to depart the Chewy 737 MAX to Palma. It's operated by a almost 2-year-old airframe now, about 18-month-year-old airframe delivered to Chewy in January 2023. You should see the Chewy any second now. Chewy 737 MAX there departing off to Palma. Next out is the UPS 767 off to Philadelphia, operated by a 12-year-old airframe, delivered to UPS in April 2012. UPS 767 there, departing to Philadelphia. And next out on the taxiway, it's the Jet2 737 R2 Future Insurance, operated by an 8-year-old airframe, delivered to Jet2 in January 2016. So we've tried a slightly different location today, over the other side of the runway at East Midlands here. You can get more of a view of the apron for the departing passenger traffic, and also a sideways view of the DHL apron over there. So you can see there's a 757 in the background there, with the West Atlantic 737 in the foreground. 767 on stand there, and also behind it as well, another 767. And there are another 4 aircraft over on the DHL apron. So it looks like a 767, 757, or 2 757s, and then the A300 on the end there. Not too sure if we'll see any of those depart this morning, but we'll keep an eye on the radar to see if they do ping up. Interestingly, in the background as well, down on the other cargo apron, there's the 1 747 in the newer 1 Air livery. Came in last night. Don't think that's departing this morning. But next out, intercepting the runway a bit early, is the Chewy 737 to Palma. So you should see that departing in the next minute. Behind that, it's the Jet2 service to Future Insurer, which did taxi out first before the Chewy. It's taking a slightly longer route down the taxiway there. And then behind those two, a Chewy 737 to Mahan this morning, just starting up on the taxiway. Sorry, the apron on the taxiway, sorry. Okay, that's the next Chewy to depart. Just taxiing now down to runway 27. And just lining up on runway 27 now, it's the Jet2 service to Future Insurer. So just have a look on the apron while we wait for that jet to line up. It's quite a busy apron this morning between now and 8 o'clock. It's a lot of departing traffic, especially for the operators like Chewy and Jet2. Okay, the Jet2 to Future Insure is rolling now. Okay, next out it's the Chewy 737, a 13-rail frame delivered in 2011, after to Mahon this morning. It's just intercepting the runway a bit earlier, and to intercept runway 27 a bit earlier. So we should see that in the next couple of minutes, departing overhead. Also pinging up is a Jet2 service to Mahon. Just see it pushing back there, behind the Chewy. Both services departing within about 5 minutes of each other. Okay, and the Chewy's just turned onto runway now, so we should see that departing overhead in the next few seconds. Just going to lock that off there. Just move the arm on the tripod. There we go. Chewy service to Mahon departing there. Just going to move the tripod ever so slightly over to give a bit more space. And just set the level again. There you go. Hopefully a bit more space for us now. Okay, pinging up next, it's the Chewy service to Antalya, operated by 737 MAX, delivered in 2018, making it a 6-year-old airframe. You can just see the Chewy service emerging from the apron there. Taxiing down to runway 27, and the jet suit just emerging behind that one as well. I should see the Chewy and the jet 2 depart in the next 3 to 5 minutes. So while I taxi down, just take a quick look at what else is departing this morning. So next out after the Jet 2 service to Mahon and the Chia service to Antalya, we've got the Jet 2 service to Alicante, Ryanair to Faro, the Chewy to Alicante, Jet 2 to Malaga, the Ryanair to Valencia, Jet 2 to Faro, Jet 2 to Dublin, Ryanair service to Dublin, Ryanair service to Knock, Chewy service to Ibiza, and we also have the One Air 747 showing us departing around 8:10. So we may end the stream with that one Air in the distance there. If it does depart at 8:10, do tend to fluctuate with the departure times on the One Air services. And then we'll take a quick look at the arrivals as well. So next arrival in at 7:15, it's the Ryanair service from Valencia. After that, it's the Ryanair service in from Dublin. That's expected just after 7. And the Freebird service in from Dalaman, followed by the DHL service in from Bahrain. So we'll probably end the stream with the DHL service in from Bahrain, as long as that One Air does depart at 8:10. It is just pinging up as an estimated time, so it may not depart within the time frame of today's stream, but we'll try and catch it if it does. Okay, next out, departing first, it's the Chewy service to Antalya, just in on to runway 27 now. And the Jet 2 service team behind is just waiting to turn onto runway 27 now. So we should see that overhead in the next couple of minutes. Pushing back on stand now, it's the Jet 2 service to Kefaloni this morning, operated by an 18-year-old airframe. Delivered back in 2006. The Kefaloni service is just behind those sheds there. You should see that emerge in the next few minutes. Okay, so lining up now, it's the Jet 2 service team home. Jet 2 service air to Mahon, departing from runway 27 at East Midlands. So next to depart, or next pinging up to depart, it's the Jet 2 service to Kefaloni. It's just pushed back off stand, so we should see that one emerge shortly, just from behind the sheds over there under the control tower. I see the Ryanair service there as well. It's not pinged up yet, but that one does look it's boarding. can imagine the departure terminal is quite busy this morning, with a number of flights departing in such a short space of time. Okay, so the 1S service is still pinging up as an estimated departure of 8:10. And that's the Jet 2 service to Kefalonia there. Just taxiing off the apron and onto the taxiway down to runway 27. So you should see that one depart in the next 5 minutes. Just passing by the Fly for 737. Down there usually operates on behalf of Chewy. Now we'll likely see that one out this morning as well. And the Jet 2 Kefalonia service just passing by the 1S 747 there, in the very far distance. So the Kefalonia service should be out in the next few minutes. Kefalonia service, it's delayed by about 30 minutes this morning. So are all the other earlier flights, the Jet 2 flights, and the Chewy as well, delayed by about 30 minutes on the departures. So the Jet 2 just intercepting the runway now, and should be passing overhead in the next couple of minutes. And the Jet 2 rolling now. Try and keep with the Jet 2 as it rolls out. Can keep the focus. There you go. Banging to the left for a routing down towards London and France. And that's the Jet 2 to Kefalonia away. So back over on the DHL apron now. No movement on the DHL apron this morning as such. But we can have a look in at the 757 on the stand at the back there. The 767 in the foreground. Doesn't look like they're going to be moving anytime soon. They're done with their tags. I do not remove. Remove before flight tags. And so there's the one in the background there as well. So it looks like they'll be this afternoon's flights or this evening's flights. Yeah, the stairs are to the 767 there, but no cargo as such. Yeah, pretty quiet over there this morning. There's usually a couple of services that we see go out either just before the stream or just as the stream starting from East Midlands, but not a lot of movement this morning. The Adrian is completely shut down there. While it's ailerons are dead, so there's no hydraulic pressure there on the systems, so they're all shut down. Back over to the passenger apron. Let's have a quick look. So nothing pinging up as yet. Next departure out, it's the Ryanair service to Faro. It's operated by a 15-year-old airframe delivered to Ryanair 15 years ago. After the Faro service, it's the Cheer service to Alicante. That's operated by the Fly 4 737 that we saw just as the Cefalonia service was taxiing out. Jet 2 service to Malaga, which is out at 7:35. Ryanair service to Valencia at 7:40. And then the Jet 2 service also at 7:40. Now arrivals, we should see the Ryanair service in from Valencia in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Now that's scheduled to arrive just after 7. It's currently flying towards, overhead Northampton. So around 15 minutes time, we should see that Ryanair service in from Valencia. Again, an older airframe for Ryanair, delivered in January 2011, making it 13 years old. Not necessarily the oldest. There's a lot more older aircraft in the Ryanair fleet. And scheduled to arrive at the same time, it's the Ryanair service in from Dublin. Both aircraft are scheduled to arrive at the same time, so we'll see which one does arrive first. So the Dublin service just passing overhead Ashbourne now. So again, around 10 minutes out on that one. It does look like we may see the Dublin service in first, just to the proximity of that aircraft to the airport. The Valencia service is just past Northampton now, but still quite a distance to catch up with the Dublin service. So it does look like there's another Jet 2 currently boarding. Just in the distance there, you can see the forward door open. We'll see where that's off once it pings up. And the ops vehicles are just on the taxiway. And the Fly 4 aircraft just in the distance there, which is operating on behalf of Cheer this morning. That's off to Alicante. Now we should see that one depart in the next 20 minutes or so. And depending on the cloud level, this one looks like the cloud's burning off quite quickly with the sun coming through. But we may try and catch some of the Manchester traffic passing overhead as well. There is Etihad just behind the Valencia service, the Ryanair Valencia service, which is due into East Midlands. So we'll try and catch that one if we can catch it through the lower cloud here. That lower cloud is just burning off now. And the Ryanair servicing from Dublin just passing through 6,500 feet now, making its way towards Nottingham. So that does look like it'll be number one to land, and the Valencia service will land after that. Just have a look back over the apron. We'll wait for that Dublin service to arrive. Even though the airport is quite busy between 6 and 8, especially on weekends with all the holiday and charter traffic, it does get quite quiet at times, especially when there are a few delays like there have been this morning. But we'll be here for around the next hour or so, hopefully catching the 1Air 747 depart. And there is the DHL service in from Bahrain as well, the 777 in from Bahrain. So we should get quite a good view of that, especially down this end of the runway, the location where we are. Do usually get a good vantage point further down towards the other side of the runway. But it does get quite noisy with the proximity to the road. We just tried a new location this morning to see if that noise is reduced any. And also test out the audio equipment we've got as well. So hopefully that will make the stream a lot better in terms of audio quality. I know we had a few issues with the audio at Manchester last Friday when we were there. If you did miss that stream, do go back on the channel and have a look at that. We were there for around 4 hours. You get a good mixture of aircraft. Okay, so that Etihad service is just passing overhead now, so we'll try and catch that if we can. Yeah, just a quick glimpse there. It passes out of shot. And the Dublin service just head on to final now. Trying to get the best vantage point to catch that one arrive. Dublin service about a minute out now. And pinging up on stand, it's the Jet 2 service to Zakynthos, operated by a 13-year-old airframe. And the Valencia service also turned on to final now. It should be established on the localizer. And the Jet 2 service to Alicante is also now pinging up. That one's operated by a 24-year-old aircraft. First delivered or first entered service in January 2000. Ryanair service from Dublin, just passing over the M1 now. And we should see that emerge just behind the trees there in the next few seconds. and making its way over to the stand. The Vantage service is passing over Kegworth now, so you should see that one vacate in the next couple of minutes. And the Jet 2 service to Alicante is also taxiing now to runway 27, just past the 747 there in the background. So it does look like the Jet 2 service to Alicante will be next to depart, followed by the Jet 2 service to Zakynthos. Valencia service just touching down now, so we should see that one pass by the trees there in the next few seconds and vacate. And there it is, just emerging from behind the trees. Jet 2 service to Alicante is on its takeoff roll. Jet 2 service to Alicante there. Okay, back over on the apron. The Jet 2 service to Zakynthos is now taxiing down to runway 27. And the Ryanair service to Faro is just pinging up as well. We should see that one taxi out in the next few minutes. It does look like it's pushing back. Jet 2 service to Zakynthos, entering runway 27 now. And on its takeoff roll is Jet 2 service to Zakynthos. Jet 2 service to Zakynthos. Also, you can see the Ryanair service to Faro. Should be emerging there anytime soon. So after the Faro service, we've got the Jet 2 service to Malaga and the Chewy service to Alicante. Ryanair service to Valencia, Jet 2 service to Faro, and the 2 Ryanair services back to Dublin and Knock. The 1S747 still has an estimated time of 10 past 8. Whether that does go or not, but we'll try and stay for that one. Departing. Next arrivals are in around an hour's time. We have the Freebird A320 in from Delaman and the DHL 777 in from Bahrain. Both expected about 8:15. So the Rhino 24 is still on pushback. You should hopefully see that emerge in the next couple of minutes. Ah, there you go, just behind the sheds there. You should also hopefully see the fly for 737 just where the Rhino is passing by now. Hopefully see that in the next few minutes. Operating on behalf of Chewy to Alicante. Just any life on that one. Just a bit too far away for the camera to focus on those lampposts there. But the Rhino is making its way down to runway 27. So we'll stick there with that one for the time being and wait for that fly for service to start pinging up. So we'll wait for that Rhino to take us down to runway 27. Just take a quick back over on the apron now. See if there is any movement. Focused on that for a couple of minutes. It's the Ryanair service off to Faro. And picking up next, it's the Fly 4. Fly 4737, operating on behalf of Chewy to Alicante. So let's see if you can see that one taxi out. Fly 4 is just in the distance there. I'll just push back to position for taxiing out to runway 27. Hopefully see the Jet 2 service to Malaga start up soon as well. It's got an estimated departure of 7:35. So hopefully within the next 15 minutes or so that one should be emerging as well. Shortly after that is the Ryanair service to Valencia and the Jet 2 service to Faro, with the Ryanair services to Dublin and Knock following shortly after. Now, but taxiing it now, it's the Fly 4 service, Fly 4 service to Alicante. And taxiing now to runway 27. And we'll try and move to the previous location on the next stream so you can see down the runway. The trees are just in the way too much here. It's fine for 09 arrivals and departures. Quite a good close-up of that, but for 27 departures and arrivals, the location just a few hundred yards up the road is a bit more, offers a bit more in terms of vantage point. Just are very restricted in terms of what we can actually see this far down the runway. Which is a shame because it's ideal for reducing the noise. But there's not much we can do down at East Midlands. There aren't that many good vantage points that you can film from, not this high up anyway. So turn on to runway 27 now. It is the fly 4. And the next 15 minutes we should see the Jet2 service to Malaga and Ryanair service to Valencia also departing. Fly 4 service there, operating on behalf of Chewy. Yes, there's going to be a lull of about 15 minutes or so, or lull in traffic about 15 minutes or so, whilst we wait for that Jet2 service to Malaga and the Ryanair service to Valencia to start up and taxi down to 27. Just turn around, see if we can catch the Emirates service into Manchester overhead. Emirates service into Manchester there. So you can see a lot more of the Manchester traffic now. That's the initial layer of cloud has burnt off. Let's just get the tripod set up and camera back in focus. Go. So the 10747 is still pinging up with an estimated time of 10 past 8. So we'll be here for the next 40 minutes or so on this stream. We'll see if that one does go or not. From previous experience, the waiting for the one tends to be delayed by quite a bit. Times aren't very accurate on the departure schedule for that, or the public departure schedules anyway. I think last time we didn't manage to catch it. I think it departed 2 or 3 hours after the stream had ended, so it takes us beyond our time frame for this morning's stream, unfortunately. But we'll see. We've got the DHL 777 landing in at around 7:15. So hopefully it'll make its way out around then. So the DHL 777 just about to leave Germany and into Belgian airspace. That one is reportedly around 50 minutes out now. The airspace above East Midlands is relatively quiet for the time being. Not a lot of ground movements and not a lot of overhead traffic. So unfortunately I don't have a lot to show you this morning. For the next few minutes at least, we'll wait for that Malaga service to start up. And we'll keep focused on the apron now, just in case there are any ground movements. We'll take a look again over the DHL stand, see if there's any movements over there as well. So it is unusually quiet for this time of the morning. Usually see a lot more traffic out by now. There have been quite a few delays though on departures this morning from East Midlands, around 30 minutes. The Jet 2 services in particular seem to be quite commonly delayed here at East Midlands. The Ryanair services have been on time, both departures and arrivals. Hopefully the next few minutes we should see some more ground movements there. So I'll just take a quick look over at the HL stand. Just move some equipment around. It's still relatively quiet over the DHL stand. Seems to be some feedback as well from this cable. I'll have a look at that. It's distorting the colour slightly. Just overcompensating for the colours, I think, on the camera. But still relatively quiet. So we are hoping to catch the One Air service depart just after 8 o'clock. With any luck, we will see that. But time doesn't allow us, unfortunately, to stick around and see that one depart if it does have a delay on the departure time. Let's take a quick look back over on the apron, see if you can catch any of the departing passenger traffic. Just adjust the tripod again. It should hopefully be the yeah, you can just see the Jet 2 in the background there, pushing back now. So that should be the Jet 2 service to Malaga. And then we should see the Ryanair service pinging up soon as well. Two Jet 2s pinging up at the minute. The Malaga service, which you've just seen push back there, just pushing back in the far distance. And then we have the Jet 2 service to Faro. Jet 2 service to Faro, operated by a 6-year-old aircraft, delivered in October 2017. And the Malaga service, It looks like this one is just a charter. But it's a 20-year-old 737. It's operated by Air Explore on behalf of Jet2. So we should see both of those depart in the next 10 minutes or so. I should hopefully see that Ryanair service to Valencia start up and taxi out soon as well. Behind that we will have the Ryanair service to Dublin and Knock, and then hopefully we will see the One Air 747 depart, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of movement down that end of the cargo apron, but we'll see. So we don't get quite a good vantage point of the passenger terminal from this vantage point here, but it's just a shame we can't see any further down the runway. So we'll look at moving to another position, or moving back to the original position on the next stream. It's slightly better for the light at this time of the morning. The other position is slightly more affected by the sun. So the arriving traffic, you do get quite a bit of distortion on the video itself, filming into the light. But hopefully in the next few minutes we should see the Jet2 service to Faro enter the taxiway and taxi down to runway 27. Just waiting on the Jet2 service to Malaga to emerge onto the taxiway. It's just disappeared off radar for a few minutes. Should hopefully catch back up with that soon. Ground movements are quite busy in terms of traffic. There aren't a lot of movement this morning down East Midlands. It's primarily due to the early delays. So just have a knock-on effect for the stream as well. It's not a constant flow of traffic, which there usually is at this time in the morning. But the Ryanair service to Valencia has just pinged up. Both Jet2s are still on stand at the minute. So it looks like all three aircraft will be departing around the same time. We'll just keep on the apron there for a few minutes while we wait for those aircraft to start up and taxi out. So if you have joined us this morning for the first time, thank you very much for joining us. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for returning to the channel and watching us this morning and giving us your support. So both Jet 2 aircraft are now on the move. Looks like we'll see the service to Faro depart first, followed by the service to Malaga. And the Ryanair has also just pushed back on stand, so we should see that one depart shortly after two Jet 2 aircraft within the next 10 minutes or so. And in terms of arrivals, the Freebird A320 is just passing north of London now. So that one's around 20 minutes out. 20 to 30 minutes probably on that one. And the DHL 777 has just passed overhead Bruges. So just about to cross the channel now. So again, we should see that one in around 30 minutes. And that will be the final arrival on today's stream. So the Jet 2 service to Faro now, turning onto runway 27. So we should see that one emerge just behind the trees in the next couple of minutes, or even sooner in fact. Next to depart, it's the Jet 2 service to Malaga, operated by Air Explore. Previous Jet 2 is just departed, staying quite low on its departure though. I think it's just turning off to the right now. Next out though, it's the service to Malaga, and it does look like there's a DHL 757 starting up, so we'll just wait to catch the Jet 2. Jet 2 service to Malaga there. On the DHL stand, 757 looks like it is starting up. Or at least it's been taken somewhere. It does sound like the APU started. Did look like that tug was going to be removed, but it looks like it's being towed somewhere. There's quite a bit of distortion on that colour there from the camera. Just pause there quickly while we have a look at the camera. Just bear with us. This seems to be a bit better. So the Ryanair service to Valencia just waiting to turn onto runway 27 now. We'll stick with the DHL and see where that one's off to. And the Ryanair on its takeoff roll now, so we'll zoom out and catch that one. Ryanair service to Valencia departing now. Picking up is the Ryanair service to Dublin and the TUI service to Ibiza, again operated on behalf of TUI by Fly4. Ryanair service to Dublin, just pushing back there in the background. Looks like the DHL's onto another stand or going behind into the maintenance hangars. Just disappear in a minute behind the hangars there. Disappeared. Okay, so back onto the passenger apron. So the Ryanair service there in front to Dublin, and also just pushing back, it's the Fly4 service on behalf of TUI down to Ibiza. And the one at 747 is still showing an estimated time of 8:10. Whether we see that or not, I'm not too sure. I'm not too confident on that one. But the DHL 777 is just approaching Southend. So I should see that one arrive in the next 20 minutes or so. Let's just check on the location of that Freebird A320. The Freebird just approaching east of Rugby on its way to Lutterworth. So around 10 minutes for the Freebird A320 in from Dalaman this morning. Those two are usually quite close together, the Freebird and the DHL. It seems to be a good 20-minute gap between them this morning. So if we don't see the any movement from the 747 before that DHL does approach, we'll end the stream with the DHL arriving this morning. And that Ryanair service, they're still waiting to taxi out. Fly4 service to Ibiza has just taxied past. So it looks like we'll see the Fly4 departing first. And there are no 737 service to Dublin this morning. Just taxiing out now in front of us. And the Fly 4 737 just turning onto runway 27 now. We should see that one depart overhead in the next couple of minutes. And the One Air aircraft, One Air 747, still looking quite stationary down there. And we're just too far away though from that end of the airport to see anything that's going on. So unable to tell whether it is going to depart or not. Well, we're waiting for the Fly 4 service to depart. There is another, I think it's a West Atlantic 737 being towed to the same place as the DHL 757. So looks like they're having a bit of a move around on the DHL stand this morning. Looks like the Fly 4 is just holding short of runway 27. The Freebird A320 is about 5 minutes out now, just waiting to turn onto final. Looks like the Ryanair may try and get out just before that arrives. It's intercepting just a bit further down onto runway 27. Maybe departing first, in fact. So just zoom out while that 737 departs. And then I fly for should be next. Just lining up on my way to 7 now. And the Freebird A320 on finals now as well. Okay, next to right is the Freebird A320. And the Ryanair service to Knock has also just pinged up. That's operated by a 737 MAX, which was delivered to Ryanair back in March 2003. Sorry, 2023. So just over a year old. And the DHL service in from Bahrain. It's about 10 or 15 minutes out now, just passing over Milton Keynes. The Freebird just passing over cables now, so touching down in the next 30 seconds. You should see that passing behind the trees imminently. The Freebird A320 there, just passing by the trees. And Freebird making full use of the runway there. And the Ryanair service to knock is now landed upon runway 27 to depart. Ryanair service to knock there. Let's just have a look down at the 10747. So it still does have an estimated time of 10 past 8. Nothing is pinging up. So it could be delayed slightly. Doesn't look like there's any movement down there though. So it does seem to happen quite often with the One Air services being delayed. So you can see a beacon on that flashing. Just try and zoom a bit further in. No, I think that's just heat haze off the airframe now. We'll stick on it, see if we can see any movement in the next couple of minutes. The DHL service from Bahrain is about 5 to 10 minutes out now. Just passing south of Leicester. So not too long on that one. But the one I'm not very optimistic that this will go at this will go this morning anytime soon. Yeah, still no movement on that one. So just have a quick look back over on the passenger apron. It's all gone very quiet. So I'll just wait for the DHL 777 to arrive and end the stream there, I think, for today. It's quite disappointing there's not more movement this morning. There hasn't been many more movements this morning. And thanks for joining us this morning, Nicholas Taylor. Thanks for the heads up on the 777. So 777 about 5 minutes out now. Just another quick look on the see if there is any movement on the one. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be. So we'll catch the 777 and then we'll end the stream on that for this morning. So hopefully we do get a good view of the 777 being this end or this side of the runway. And we'll follow that one into onto its stand as well, which is probably why they moved the 75 out earlier. But the 777 just turned on to final now. That should be with us in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Looks like a couple of ground movements on the Ryan aircraft in the foreground there as well. we'll just pan across and get set up for the 777 arrival. And the 747 in the distance there. Still very much in the same position. So it doesn't look like we'll see that one today, unfortunately. If you want to catch one of the 747s arriving, though, do go back a few weeks on our streams, and you can see it there. I forget what the registration on that one was now, but it was in the previous livery with the red 1A livery. This one's since been painted into a newer livery. Just a shame that we're not going to see it depart this morning. But nevertheless, the DHL 777 just approaching Kegworth now. So a good one to end the stream on. And once that does land, we will keep on that one and watch it onto its stand. So just passing through the runway threshold there, should see that one in the next few seconds. And there we go, it's the 777 from Bahrain this morning. Big puff of smoke from the APU there. Okay, that's a 777 now on stand. So just keep on for the next few minutes, have a look at the ground movements on that one. Just to see that one shut down. And see how quickly they get into operation of unloading that one. So we'll stick on that, just pack a few things up. Okay, so thank you very much to everybody who's joined us this morning on this morning stream from East Midlands. We will get back into a more of a regular routine for streaming. But thank you to everybody who's watched, everybody who's subscribed. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. It's most appreciated. And we'll put details up for the next stream. So thank you very much, and have a good day, everybody. Thank you.